What's up?
How you doing?
Somebody sent me here. What's up?
Do you know what's going on?
I heard it's a speed dating show. Not too cured. I don't know much.
Oh yeah, it's a speeding date. So which girl do you want to go with? You can do multiple girls as well.
I don't know. I don't know any of these women. I go by personality. I have no clue.
You can do all. You can do all of them if you want.
Take all three then.
All right, all three. Fine, sure.
All right, so you get 5 minutes. After which I will come on, and yeah, so 5 minutes.
Interesting. All right, what's up?
Hi.
Hey, Nate.
How are you guys doing? So how's it going?
We're doing
Pretty
great.
good.
Glad. Life's going well. Yes. Hope so.
Yeah.
Life's going good for me. Everything's going well.
How are
In the
you?
new house.
What are the tattoos on your fingers?
Oh, I have a bunch. I have a bunch of lyrics and stuff, like 5, 6, 7 from the Pixies. Like if man is 5, then God is 6, the devil is 7. It's a bunch, or the God is, or devil is 6, man is 6, or man is 5, devil is 6, God is 7. That was from Monkey Go to Heaven. I have like fear tattooed on me. I have like the black flag bars. I'm like an old school punk dude. I'm just like, I've been playing forever. I'm just like, it's long, fucking arduous stuff. Or I'll go and repair guitars, do work like that, or fill in for a band and nobody cares about me. Doesn't matter. I don't care. It's good money.
Interesting.
It's not a bad life. I mean, it's quite a decent life. I don't know. I'm like, it's livable. I mean, it's fun. It's just more or less people really can't take the touring stuff because I guess you get groupies and shit and people worry about that. I'm like, I don't cheat. I don't know. I've never cheated or hit a woman. So that's one good thing. I've hit people for hitting women and gone to jail, but it's a different story.
I'm going to have to ask, do you walk in a circle right now?
I just like walking around. For some reason, I can't sit down like most YouTubers. I've noticed that. A lot of people like to sit down. I'm like, I can't, man. I just feel like, I'm not saying that always. I just feel like I'm being lazy. It's part of my, I'm not going to lie. I still have like a few disorders I'm working on, but I have a little bit of anorexia, which I'm like, need to work on that because you're being lazy. It's like my head keeps telling me I'm lazy, and I'm like,
That's
Wait, you
not
said anorexia?
anorexia. That's not what you mean OCD?
Well, I have OCD, and I used to be I used to be anorexic. I haven't taken drugs in 10 years, but I used to be on drugs and shit. I'm like, hell no, no more, no mas.
Wait, you
What kind of
had
drugs?
help for that, right?
Huh? Yeah, I got out of that, of course.
But
Good
you
God, no.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would never, man. I was a shooter. I was the scariest of the bunch, dude. I thought I was going to be the first one to die.
What kind of drugs?
Heroin and cocaine, unfortunately, were my two biggest. Those are my biggest drugs I liked, sadly. That wasn't about alcohol. It was just heroin and cocaine were my best friends for a while. It was bad. I was like, got to get rid of that shit, man.
But like in
Yeah.
terms of anorexia, like you had an eating disorder, or are you?
I wouldn't eat for like 10 days at certain times. I would just fake like I had mono or something, and I just wouldn't eat. I'd sit in my room depressed and not eating for 10 days.
But that was purposely, like you wanted to lose weight.
It was, I don't know. I don't know. I never purged or anything, like threw up, but I wouldn't eat meals. And if I ate like a baked potato, I'd be in my room working out for like an hour. It was crazy shit, man. Got to the point where I was like, even if I ate like a baked potato, I'd be sitting there working out for like 2 hours.
Well, I'm happy.
Did the drugs ruin your performance in bed at all?
No, drugs never
What would
screwed
you rate
that up.
yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 in the bedroom?
I would say pretty well. If I don't know. I've never rated myself, but from what women said, just going by what women said, never had a problem in that area.
Yeah.
If anything, never had a problem in that area. Have problems like when I was a drug addict. People used to be like, I hate when you're on drugs, but you sure can fuck or something like that. I'd be like,
So did the drugs amplify it, or?
I guess for some people, I mean, I don't know. For some people, I would think so. Like, again, women doing drugs with men, if they're doing ecstasy, cocaine, shit like that, for some reason, people get horny and they want to fuck. And I'm just like, all right. I used to be just like, okay.
So what kind of porn do you watch?
I don't watch any porn. Funny enough, I don't watch any. I really don't.
Really?
I use a Rolodex. I use my imagination. I was born in the 80s. I like using my imagination. If I fucked hot bitches, why not just go back to a bitch I fucked? It's easier. Just saying.
No,
It is easier. I'm not saying bitches. I shouldn't say that women. Because I like women too. I'm a Semi-feminist. I wouldn't say all the way like feminazi, but
Do you think you could get me drugs if I wanted to try? Like, could you still get a hold of them?
I mean, sure, but I wouldn't want to talk to those people really. But yeah, I could still
Right.
get drugs, but I don't.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I excommunicated with people. That's what you got to do. Stop hanging around junkies. And sadly, a lot of my friends died because they didn't want to get clean.
Right.
Oh, wow.
That's part of it too. You lose a lot of your friends. I lost my wife. That was a really bad story. She killed herself with my kid inside. She was a drug addict, got off drugs, on drugs. I never knew she was going to kill herself. The happiest person I ever met. It was bad.
Wow.
That like destroyed me.
You're looking to date?
Just somebody who's honest, man. Like somebody who's honest, has a good personality, has a good sense of humor. I like horror movies. I like laughing though. I like all movies, but I'm like, I love horror, man. That's just something about horror.
Nate, to be honest, telling somebody that your your late wife killed herself is kind of a turnoff because like it's giving like, well, she was with you, right? So like you couldn't stop her from doing that. You know what I mean?
It hurts. But I'm honest. What am I supposed to do? Be like, I never was with somebody. I never had somebody that ever died.
Well,
I can't be somebody after that.
Future. I'm looking into our future and like the the past.
I see what you're saying. I'm not trying to turn anybody off by that. I'm just being open and honest about that when I'm like, yeah, it's a kick in the teeth. That's where I kind of like went on a drug binge where I was like, I got sober, I was ready to be a dad, and then just shit went the wrong way.
And for me, that actually shows vulnerability that you can share that. I don't think it's a
well, it's 20 years of therapy I had to do too. It wasn't just like you get over shit in a day either.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a lot.
How old were you when that happened?
I was 20. And now I'm 38, so 18 years ago.
When did you get married?
I married. We almost got married at 20. We never married, but we were about to, and her parents like pulled the plug or something. She got really upset about that. Something happened because her parents didn't like my parents because we weren't rich. I don't know. It was a big deal to her. It wasn't a big deal to me, but
all right.
I don't know.
I let it run a little longer than usual because it was an interesting discussion.
No problem.
So, okay. So Nate, here, you're going to get acquainted with the format. So I'm going to ask each one of the girls one by one what they thought. So Grace, would you go on a date with Nate?
I would hang out with Nate. He seems like a cool guy. I wouldn't go on a date with him per se, but I would definitely hang out with him. He seems chill.
Okay. Chrissy?
I would not go on a date, but I would definitely want to hear more as, I don't know, I feel like he has gone through some shit in life that everyone could learn something from.
Okay. Lauren?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay. What do you ladies think you could have done better?
I like positive attitudes, especially on like a first date, first meeting. I understand tragic things happen. Tragic things happen in all of our lives. I don't want to hear it originally. I want to hear it as like, I want that to be something that you confide in me as you get to know me because you know you could trust me. But if you're kind of like trauma dumping that on everyone, I don't think that you're actually past that and you probably still have lingering issues from it.
I would say no to that one. I get your point on that one. Like usually I'm a very positive person is what I'm saying. I'm just telling you my past is all I mean. If somebody's going to judge you on your past your whole life, you can't ever get, if some people are going to judge you on your past, you can never get to a future is all I'm saying. I mean, I wouldn't reveal that on the first date to somebody, but again, don't know the format of the show.
You just did. You just did.
Well, I didn't know we were on I didn't realize it was we were on a date. I was just talking to you guys. But if it really was a first date, I would normally wait to divulge information like that to somebody, yes. That's not something I just open up and be like, I don't know the format of the show. Again, people are sending me here probably to make an ass out of myself.
But I appreciate like what you went through, and I'm sorry that happened to you. And I'm also very happy that you got clean. That's awesome.
Well, it's all good, guys. I'm happy for myself, dude. The only person you got to be happy with is yourself. If you can't fix yourself first, you can't help anybody else.
I don't think you made an ass out of yourself at all. I think you did better than most people do when they
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, dude. I mean, people wanted this for content to see if I'd be stupid on here. I was like, I'm just trying to be as honest as I can do. That's what I thought it was about.
What community sent you here?
Huh? Just a friend of mine. My friend Max sent me here.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's backstage. I see him. Yeah, so I do think you did better than most people do on group speed dates. It doesn't mean there's not massive room for improvement. It seems like you're saying that you didn't really know it's like a date like format. So I'll skip the whole thing about like talking about past trauma. And that sucks. All that stuff happened to you. I mean, a lot of people have really bad stuff in their past, but yeah, like
man.
saying, like I would hold off on that until the girl actually like really likes me. The one other thing that I observed is that when you made that comment about like hitting women, that thing was super random. I know you were saying that you don't do that, but it's like kind of when someone says I'm not into underage girls, the first thing you think is they're probably into underage girls. So it's just like a random thing that I would just
sorry, I just was telling people they had nothing to worry about. Like I've never ever tried to hurt anybody is what I mean. That's all.
Yeah,
not even
it has
anybody.
it has the opposite effect. So when you say like,
All right, I got you. Fair enough. I can take the criticism.
If you're dating on a girl at the bar and you're like, I'm not going to rape you, like she's probably going to think, oh fuck, this motherfucker's going to.
Well, I wouldn't fucking say that to a woman ever. I'm just saying in general, I've never hit anybody or cheated on anybody is all. That's it.
No, I got you. Does anyone have any other feedback?
It just has a tinge of like, you know, when you meet somebody who is like used to be an alcoholic and they instantly go into telling you about like their therapy. It just had a tinge of that, but like you seem a lot more grounded than a lot of those people. But you know what I mean? You come across as somebody who has.
I understand what you guys mean.
You know
I get what you're saying. A little too much. Like I like more positivity. I got you, man. I am positive. I mean, most like 90% of the time, I'm just a nice, happy dude.
No, I believe you. You seem down to earth. Yeah, I mean.
Well, you guys all said you'd hang out with me at least. That's a thumbs up. Hey, man. Hey, that's better than what most people get. Most people are like, no. Like, stay away.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, dude, at least people said they'd hang out and kick it with me. That's better than, like, what I could have gotten.
I mean, I would say, like, the long hair and the soul patch and the piercings are, like, not most girls' thing, but it's kind of your thing, right? Like, you're punk, so I don't know. I would go for
I know.
And not the piercings, but it's, you know.
I get you.
If you don't mind me asking like a somewhat personal question, was the teeth because of the drugs or what happened with your teeth?
Yeah, obviously, man. That's drugs, dude. I used to do a lot of them, man. Smoke them, shoot them, whatever. It was bad.
I thought only meth did that.
No, crack cocaine can do that very badly too.
Okay. Well,
is it actually the drugs that do that, or is it the fact that when you're on drugs you don't brush your teeth and take care of yourself?
No.
Yeah, it's really it's kind of I always brush my teeth, but it's more like the stuff you eat on drugs is like literally shit candy half the time. So that's why your teeth is always rotting and shit, because half the time you're just like trying to get something in your stomach and it's usually like not good.
I don't know.
Just being real.
I had like a bunch of clients who were on meth and their teeth were all fucked up, and it wasn't from what they were eating. It was from the chemicals in the meth.
Yeah, I heard that too, that the chemicals break down your teeth from meth. I've only done meth a few times. I'm too ADHD, I think. It never did anything for me, like amplified anything. I just wanted to smoke more crack. I was like, well, that's not helpful.
So moral of the story, don't do drugs.
Yeah, please don't. Please. Yeah, moral of the story, never do drugs, man. Anybody that has been sober, I applaud you, man, or has never touched the shit. I applaud people.
Or at least stick to drugs that are not addictive.
Yeah, at least, if you're going to drink alcohol, everybody can call something a drug. A cigarette a drug, alcohol a drug. But I'm like, stick to, the shit that ain't going to kill you right away or anything. I mean, like, now drugs aren't, like, look back, at least back in my day, drugs were drugs. Like, now nothing is, you don't know what shit is anymore.
Yeah, I got you. All right, Nate, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks, guys.
To come back. So
awesome, man. Thank you guys so much. I'll be more positive when I come back. I'll show you.